Hello and welcome, Cosmic Quantum Travelers. How are we enjoying the freaking intensity? Oh my God, okay. I don't know how long I can make this video even. It's getting so intense. I don't know how much more I can even make if we make it to the next call on the 13th. I don't know. And how much longer we will need to look at these screens. So hopefully not much longer at all. So the body and heart mind of God is literally igniting fully within the planetary body, within the cosmic field. The crystal cathedral, I can see rising from within the planetary body, reaching all the way up through the dimensional layers and levels and harmonic universes and rising. So like the picture, literally, that I'm attaching to the post and video. Also see the post for more keys and codes that I might not mention in the video. Because everything I speak is literally an activation, and everything we exchange is an activation. Yes, you need to, sift out, obviously, what's relevant and what's not. But generally, especially when we come together in calls and, as soul family, there's so much being exchanged. And I was very happy about those that did exchange in the call yesterday. So thank you so much for all. That was an amazing achievement. For those that were there, for all of your support and your presence and contribution and speaking up, because I felt this huge shift in the field since my last video that was reflected in the group call through people speaking, which usually it's just mainly me speaking. And it's time for everyone to speak their truth and step forth as their true, unique divine self. And that brought more codes online, activated me, activated the field. And yeah, so it's not all about an activation. Although they are nice, there are no quick fixes to Ascension. So no one call, no one activation, meditation, yoga, all of this helps, of course. But ultimately, what ascends you is a shift in consciousness. And that's what I've been sharing very freely. And I've also been shown the cosmic energy updates I'm sharing freely with everyone who wants to listen. Are pure gold, and they're really what is shifting the field the most. And they're very powerful. And you need to know yourself as very powerful. And whatever you speak into existence, think, feel, believe, imagine, becomes reality. Your deepest held beliefs and expectations. So you need to think all new thoughts, have all new belief systems, totally shift your perception of reality at 180 to 365 degrees from where you have been and anything that has ever been known. Because if anyone had already the recipe to ascension, they would have already ascended. Okay, and we're figuring this out as one, and there's no one right or wrong way. It's about the one consciousness fully reconciling, fully aligning with God source consciousness, the truth, which is done through the cosmic monad, because everything springs forth from the cosmic monad, which is what the 144,000 or the original 12 and 13 tribes are all about, which is the core of creation, and that we're all part of, because there's only one of us here, but some of us carry very important codes that make this whole ascension happen in a very conscious way. Because also, as we fully shift back to New Earth, as we are awakening from the dream, most of the consciousness, the collective, will not remember what has happened. They don't need to. We are the wisdom keepers, have always been. We will remember that we've shifted this. But it's like, as long as the consciousness shifts, you do not need anyone to remember the past, because you don't want it running around on autopilot. Again, I've been shown again and again, it's been literally like backed up, far away, so to say, as a, because it can't run anymore like we know now, looking back at our past as these, because it keeps recreating. We're often stuck in the past, depressed or anxious about the future, which is basically based, our ideas about the future, various fears, are usually based on past negative experiences. So that's why it's all about, once you clear the trauma and the wounds, you can see clearly again. You cannot see clearly or even feel clearly 100% when you're still stuck in trauma. So it will always be filtered through some kind of personal trauma filter in a way, for lack of a better word, which then has you, mistake certain feelings and thoughts and reactions for, kind of the opposite of what's really playing out. So we kind of go for the people that are not good for us, and maybe the people who are good for us, and we kind of cast our own shadows upon them. And I mean, there's so much going on many different layers and levels, but you get me. It's just, you can only see with crystal clarity the real truth once that has all healed. Because otherwise you always project your own personal story onto things. And it's all about living in the present. That's the 0-point field. That's what we're anchoring here. The Trinity wave, the tri-wave, the Tribeca, which is overwriting all of the bipolar, bi-wave distortions in the field that also have kept the masculine and feminine apart and split with anti-Hierogamic Union technologies. I mean, there are many layers and levels to this, but we've been very busy. And this is us winning the war. We have won the war. How do you win the war? You need to win the war over your own mind. You need to become the master of your mind, the master of the dream, the master of your own reality. Nobody can do this for you. Everybody still has to create their own reality, now more so than ever. Because no longer are we blaming anyone for where we're at. We take full responsibility. The more consciousness you have, the more responsibility you carry. And yeah, we carry great responsibility. But I also had actually there's so much coming online, so much clarity, so many downloads. We're swimming in a sea of pure, true divine love. We've so anchored this love bliss field and tsunami, and it's here now. I mean, it's massive what's unfolding. I think most of us can feel this, especially the ones who are part of the call. If you still want to take part, the details are below in the link. The replay is just as powerful. And basically, once you sign up, you receive an email with the login details for, the replay of the Zoom call and the download link separately just for the activation. So the Ko-fi page is just an administration page. Any issues, just send me an email. And yeah, you need to give me like 24 hours or so time, like with everything that's going on. Just have patience with me. Thank you. And yeah, so thank you so much for those that were part. And we literally lit this all the way up. And there are huge Kundalini activations, so the extended Kundalini currents running through us and literally popping us all. Like it's just ding, 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 ding. Clearing out. You might feel like there's an increase in electric energy, because what I'm seeing is we're bringing the electric peak and magnetic peak, all of them together, which I've seen happening since the 555, since May. And this is all to do with the macabre corrections and the cosmic rotten staff codes as well, coming fully online, the corrected ones and the corrected spin rates of your macabric field, the KRYSTAL Saphira, or the Crystal Sophia, and the androgynous light body in the body, or just the light body in the body, so to say, and the macabric field. And the crystal cathedral that I'm seeing, like literally presented like this, basically, this is part of this multidimensional merging, which we are going to finish with the call on the 13th, if we make it that far. I prefer not to do any more calls, and we're just gonna have a lifelong holiday, because there's a lot of humor coming in right now. So anyway, and then on the 18th, so the 1808 is a big, but again, it's a small code than a date. These are navigational codes. It's all already happening now. So for the 1808, I really see the royal weddings. That's like the counterparts fully unified as one physically and completing everything. Again, it's not about a date. It's already here now. You need to keep a big message today. Talk everything into existence as it is here now. It's here now. Okay? And just before I forget, I will post the details as I'm getting them tomorrow for the call on the 13th. And I will finally make the updates on the Ascension Express container showing the calls for August. Sorry, I haven't updated that yet. Again, it's just been so much. I had to move again today. Did the last thing I wanted to do after doing an activation, but just the way it planned out. And I've been just busy and moving all day, tired, and then I can't relax either because the energies are so intense. There's just so much tension and energy, and just a massive buildup of energies happening in the field. So it's springing forth from the crystalline core, also coming down, but most of this is like rising up, rising up, rising up. And I can so feel it, the cosmic womb, fully healing coming online, because within men and women alike, the cosmic womb, the divine feminine and cosmic mother is fully rebirthing you and creation through you. This is where all dissolves back into and is being created from. And as all the karmic load and debt is fully cleared collectively, and it's just everything is evaporating, you just need to right now just quantum merge. It's already here now. New Earth is here now. You're already fully ascended. You're already there. Think, feel it, every action, everything aligned with that. Okay? Like really program yourself right now. Take full responsibility and mastery over your mind, as all of the shitness has been cleared. And we are finally free to think for ourselves again. Hallelujah. Asana Teaki. So big thing. So the higher self is coming in very fun, like right now. So I had a couple of things. One was shoot a monkey. So shoot a monkey. The monkey is the monkey mind, okay? The monkey running around in your head, which is coming up with any kind of last fear scenarios, thoughts, worries, doubts, insecurities, as they're fully clear now from the field for the last 2 hours. Fully, finally, yes. And you need to quantum merge with this. Whatever you believe is possible or not possible, ultimately you are right. And we're doing this in no time whatsoever. It's about frequency alignment, you fully aligning with the embodiment of your eternal self. So shoot a monkey, because the ego mind is literally fighting for survival right now. Of course, so it comes up with, oh, what about this? What about this? Just tell it to fuck off, throw the banana, go like, yeah, go after the banana, shoot it, whatever you need to do. Okay? And I don't want to have any animal activists come at me for this. This is, symbolically speaking, we're having fun with this now. Okay? It was another thing, I was just tired of moving. I was about to feel like sorry for myself, like constant moving and like just tired. Anyway, and then it was, but you're a little crap. You always carry your house around with you. And we really need to remember this anyway as cosmic quantum travelers, because truly, like now the whole cosmos is our world, and we're no longer allowing the invaders to push us out. So there's a huge rising of the masculine. This is the power we're feeling. He's fully rising, the Sun King, and he's freaking roaring. And we all are, but in a very also calm way. So it's the both ends. There's a huge alignment, balancing, harmonization between the masculine and feminine, fully completing as they meet in the middle in perfect harmony and balance, and our frequency match. Which is another thing that came in. Also part of the call and what was exchanged. So especially in families, like I have this with my daughter as well. She has a different mindset than I am. So at one point it was funny when we were together, she was calling me the other day. I don't know, just kind of something like called me the crazy alien lady. I can't remember the whole sentence. And then I was saying, what about you, you weird human child? And we had great fun with that. Because ultimately, I know it's like, she does have cognitive dissonance around this thing, and she literally like sounds like her dad in some of her replies. So it's just one of those things where, yeah, of course I would love her to have more. It's a lack of understanding, and she just, it makes her feel uncomfortable. It triggers her, and I need to not take it personally, but also tell her, hey, listen. Yeah, but I also make it a joke, because only your ego really ever gets hurt. That's the whole thing. Only your ego is afraid of abandonment and rejection and being ostracized for who you are, even if it's your own family. Okay, and we often have this because we're so different. We don't fit in, and then we're triggering with our light everything around us. And they don't know what's happening to them. So if we know and we don't take it personal, that's where we're good. Yeah. That's how we heal. The fragmentation of feeling separate and feeling you know, like kind of rejected, because it's not. I know she loves me. I love her. And I know they're all waking up, and I will just be, you know, like, oh, we will just be as if it never was any different. Because again, we're just awakening from a dream. Okay. So keep remembering this, and it's all happening right now. We're not waiting for any activation call, nothing at all. And there's no quick fix. It's about a shift in consciousness. That's why we need to keep talking about it, because it's about you reprogramming yourself. And what I bring online is way beyond the words I speak. Any activation, everything is this. And it's many frequency. It's the same. I was like reminded of the theme of channeling. And it is like, and I'll not go fully into it now, but it was someone, I was listening to an interview, and she basically channeled all of the great ones. I'm not even going to go through the name, but any kind of ascended master you can think of, sort of thing, and collectives. And then she started channeling live, and I could really feel into the frequencies, and they were not good. And that's the thing. It doesn't even matter what anyone speaks. If you really are sensitive and you really tuned into your own true self, you can feel it. You can feel what's being transmitted just via the frequency of a person. That's the thing. Our worth lies in our energy, our frequency, our embodiment. That's our worth, especially for the masculine, to fully delete any kind of perceived, I don't know, success through the means of popularity or material success, items, things they own, homes, cars, I don't care. Okay, none of this has anything to do with our worth. Men and women alike. For women, you know, the way we look doesn't make us, you know, go up and down in value either, or whatever. You know what I mean? Anything, the same as whether you have a family or not, or, you know, what job you do. I mean, so boring. So your energy frequency, your embodiment is what heals all, and it is what ignites new earth. It's the things you create that gets you out of the freaking psychosis, whatever it is, from the heart, like a child. You speak from the heart now. You act from the heart. Again, you need to clear everything first to, yes, to be speaking your truth. That's the whole thing. You first of all need to know your truth, but we're there now. Like this energy coming up, super intense in the solar plexus area, also womb, heart being fully ignited, the crystals within our cosmic seed atom, the Azura point, fully ignited, and our crown and third eye, I mean, overactive. Earthing is definitely a good idea. I mean, it's very intense. And you have an increased spin rate within your mechabic field, within your atomic structure, and it's all been fully realigned, and you're basically in lifting. We're about to fly fully. Merge with that. Okay? Again, you know, it's all perfect, but the Divine Hierogamic Re-Union of the Divine Masculine and Feminine is completing our dimension quantum leap and jump all the way back home to source. Because it's the fragmentation, the split between the genders that is caused the fragmentation. It's a fragmentation, it's a separation. That's what causes all of these shadow aspects in the field. So all the demonic, soulless beings, parasitic infestations, it's all being fully cleared from the field. Okay? Physically, mentally, energetically, especially, they're literally all the beings not in alignment with the law of one, who are ready to go fully home for re-encryption, are being lifted off. Okay? And very easily now. Because we have won the war. So we have fully reclaimed the dream field. You keep remembering you're walking in the dream now. The love bliss wave is fully taking over and changing and healing our bodies and realities forever. Keep overwriting, keep talking everything into existence now. There is no more past and future. Everything culminates in this now moment. We have trained lifetimes for this moment now. Esa na te keraskushku aeru una aeru kraina satarata tena te tu sanayanata tena. So yeah. So literally nothing to be afraid of, but some imaginary bullshit at this point. So throw banana far away for the monkey to catch and say bye-bye, and you go back to it. Just you think about it. It's never going to come back. It's doing something else now. Okay? It's no longer there. So just keep letting go of the thoughts, however that comes to you. All right. Tune into your God self. You know, why would you want to be channeling anything other than your true, unique version of self? Seriously. It's all distraction. It's all going kind of sideways instead of really vertical, straight to the Godhead. That's all this is about. So you channeling, and I use this word lightly, basically fully aligned, merged with your highest identity, with your God self, your eternal self. That's where it's at. Because whenever you speak to any kind of entity, it's like speaking to people. You want to go direct to the source of the source, to the real truth, which is what we're here to embody. That's ascension. You united in divine union with God and your divine masculine and feminine. That's the Holy Trinity. That's what births the Christ child. All right? Not getting distracted with all the other nonsense that has been thrown at us. You need to really focus in on what's important here. That's you shifting your mindset. That's you shifting your perception on reality. That's what ascends you ultimately. So that's what's important here. And their activations are nice, but they're, you know, mostly energetically supporting us with the activations of this. But this happens beyond those calls, beyond anything. It's ultimately happening within the one consciousness. And everything else is just little exercises we put together to focus in on. Obviously, they also matter a lot to make this all happen. But it's all of this, okay? And we need to really be present in every now moment and fully merge with our multidimensional self now, which only happens when you're really present and are really listening and seeing. Like I see patterns, I see symbology, I see very differently than most people. And everybody has their own language, the way they perceive reality. And different symbolism will pop up to you, but you need to really be present. So that's what ignites. And so the Crystal Cathedral network, fully igniting literally within the cosmic body, is the new Divine Organic Creatrix field, as it's been shown to me, being fully lit. So we're here now. Again, tune in for yourself, into your own knowing, before anyone, anything ever told you anything. If you tune into your own inner heart's most inner knowing, deeply connect with yourself, that's so important, know thyself, then you know God, and that you are at one with all. And that's when you come to true peace at the end of the journey. Yeah. And until then, it's suffering, more or less. I mean, I haven't had much fun on this journey. It's been a lot of hard work and pushing through and making a lot of magic happen. And oh my God, I've been literally, you know, I've been working really hard at this together with you as one. But Jesus, yeah. So now I can feel the lightness is coming in. It's here now. But you need to jump all in. Let go of all your fears, no matter where you're at, where you think you're at, how much further you have to go. The last step we all take together. Time and separation is an illusion, and we're fully transcending time, space, and gravity, especially the twin flames. Because as they come together in divine union, it's literally, again, the blueprint of the new Eden, fully ignited, because also the memories of our ancient future has been fully ignited, because they carry these codes, and together they're being fully ignited. That's what I'm being shown. So it's really the cosmic mothers and fathers full return, the triple solar feminine and masculine. I was reminded last year's Lionsgate activation was very much about the return of the divine feminine and the Sophia energies, the divine wisdom of the feminine. And yesterday was very much about the solar masculine. And I think we can all feel it. Like the masculine is rising, is coming fully online within and without. And we shall see, because he is returning divine order and justice. He is the guardian of the lands and here to protect the women and children, so to say. And yes, he has been emasculated as in the invaders coming in general, in normal day life. I mean, what do? So you wake up to the insanity and you see all the control systems, and what do? You go and like burn down buildings, go crazy. I mean, we've done this, you know, we've done many different things and tried many different types of revolution, but it really is the spiritual revolution. So that changes all, because again, you shift your realities from within, not by fixing the out there. It's a holographic projection from inside of you. So you just have to shift the way you look at things. Instead of seeing everything negative, you need to fully override all of the shit right now. No matter what's going on. Also, my love to the Hawaiian Islands and the wildfires there. And override everything with new earth realities right now. Every thought, every feeling. Okay, whatever you zone into something like this, see it in beautiful new earth landscapes. You know, if you've been shown of people suffering, see everybody running around happy, fulfilled. Everybody's needs met. Needs met. But you get me? We are the ones who hold the holographic blueprints for reality in our DNA, fully activating now. Once you fully understand this, and this is also why the divine masculine needs to birth his own, through his own divine feminine and through the cosmic womb. He needed to fully unify with his own divine inner feminine. Not that he needs anything outside of him, you know, to create. The same for the feminine. Ultimately, you don't need, although we do need one another, but you get me, it's the both end. Because you unify those energies within you, as well as we need all one another as a cosmic family and igniting this all together. Because it's not just one of us carrying all the codes, we all hold them together. The holographic blueprints for creation, for all of the star races and galaxies and cosmoses, everything, okay? As well as there's only one of us here. And it goes back to the inception point of the original Tauran cell, ultimately. And that's also held within your perfect proton seed. So within this 15-dimensional auric field that I showed you yesterday, and it's really beyond this now, as I also explained, well, yesterday and in my last video, so you can look back on my last video also, because that's been fully ignited, okay? This is the divine organic creatrix field. Forget freaking 5D, it's all a hoax. Usa aina teake, ashanata. Freaking Tauran realities. No, no. Everything is connected, all membranes, all divisions, the rip in time, fully healed. The body of God, fully multidimensional, 365-degree access. And the forerunners are holding this in their blueprint. And beyond that, the full 144-dimensional blueprint, the divine template, DNA strands, plus 3s1, triple helix DNA. And as I also explained, it's 7 harmonic universes, or the 7th is really that one combined consciousness field, or that reality field of the that holds everything together, of the new divine organic creatrix field. So everything and nothing with a twist is who we are, what all is. Nothing is what it seems. So see through the illusions, the veils fully dissolving, fully lifted. This is it. Know, remember what you came here for, the mission you're here to fulfill, your hero's journey, and how you're doing this. The memories are coming online, so I'm not worried about absolutely nothing. But again, as I speak these words, this is an activation for your field and the field of the one consciousness. Even without the light language. Senate. So, oh yeah, so interesting energies from the sun. We are still in level 1 solar proton radiation storm. We have a strong polar absorption and radiation event for days now, as well as the missing geomagnetic storm from the X-class flares and some M flares never arrived yesterday. So these are huge timeline shift, or as I prefer to call it, quantum reality shifting markers, signs in the field when they're missing. And I think we can all feel the freaking intensity So our technological devices, as well as the magnetic field, is being highly affected right now. Our fields, obviously, we are electromagnetic beings. I mean, this is all about your electromagnetic field of your Merkabic field, and is fully aligning with the divine blueprints of your 15-dimensional auric field and the KRYSTAL Saphira, the new divine blueprint of the cosmic Christ, happening right now. And if you want to accelerate this, the call and activation will definitely support you with that. And all of it is gold, literally everything. Okay, you miss out if you're just interested in the activations. You really do. Yeah. So again, thank you so much for those that do support me, because I know there's always like there's just so much interference around, like especially lately, like these calls that's trying to come in and kind of yeah. But we're stronger than this. But again, you know, every person who takes part, or, you know, just basically, I've also seen, like, as the masculine and feminine fully come together, all the black magic spells are fully dissolving. I know I've had a lot of trouble with black magicians really not liking what I'm doing. And I have a lot of interference trying to play out. The only thing they can do is really like put like a shadow over my field. And that kind of, it's kind of creating kind of doubt in the field about me. It's causing interference, and it's fully dissolving now. So done with this playing, because all of this is backfiring right now in a massive way. Everybody who's ever committed crimes against us and our families and have fucked with us, your time is up. So once the divine feminine and masculine are fully reunited in hierogamic union, this is done. They're all gone, like a bad dream that it was. And ultimately, it's our own shadow reflection. So love it all up. Okay, it's both ends. Like, I can be super passionate, and I am, about all of this stuff, as well as I'm totally neutral. You know, it's like I'm neutral about whatever I feel. That's the thing. It's not about, you're not supposed to be passionate. Like, that's the one thing, like, I also wanted to say, passion is a beautiful thing. I feel very passionate about what I do. I could not do what I do without feeling, you know, a huge dedication to my work and devotion. And I mean, it's really happening through me. But you get me, in order to get this done. And I do a lot. Like, energetically, this is really, really, really intense. As well as doing all of the admin and everything, you know. Like, the activations. Like, anyone who does energy work knows this, okay? Like, the frequencies we have running through us. I mean, everyone who does Ascension knows this. We anchor frequencies, and that's the main thing I do. I'm transmitting frequencies. There's always a build-up before I do a video. So anyway, what was I getting at? Can't remember now. So as we're fully merging and bringing online the body and heart mind of God, so through the crystal cathedral activations and our own embodiment of the cosmic Christ, everything is becoming known in the field, connected also to the emerald and crystal rosette network, fully igniting in the field. It's so beautiful as the heart field fully heals and opens up, and the supernova of the heart event, like, it's about to make pop, literally. And don't be afraid of anything. Don't be afraid of anything. You can't get this wrong. Just the masculine needs to fully push through, really, because as he steps now fully back after he's fully integrated his divine feminine, has rebirthed himself in his true divine masculine embodiment, then the feminine can also step more back into her divine feminine embodiment, not so much needing to be in her masculine and, again, doing everything, you know. There has been a lot of load on the feminine, especially in physical terms and in the Ascension terms, where, again, just, you know, generally a lot less men are on board. And that's just the way, again, it works, because the feminine is what rebirths all, and we're all being rebirthed in a more slightly magnetic blueprint. Because the feminine has to lead, the heart has to lead. Because the mind is a receiver and transmitter. It's not a CPU. And this is what's really projecting out the new, together with the heart and created through the womb, the new realities. But it's you connected to source consciousness. You don't need to figure this out. The same as I don't really need to look at my notes. I could ultimately talk like this all day long without needing to look at anything. It's just flowing through me because I'm just constantly tuned into this, like literally constantly. I can't switch this off. And this is where we are supposed to go, as I'm being shown. That's why I'm transmitting these navigational tips and instruction sets, which are instruction sets for your DNA on how to manifest itself, how to project itself, because it's about the same as DNA is information, it's consciousness, but how do you review the information? It's the same, when we think about healing. It's not that anything has changed, it's just our perception of what has happened changes. Our consciousness changes. We can see it as a blessing. It's so important right now to dig really deep into gratitude, no matter how hard it is, that I really trained myself through a lot of shitness and aches, pains, and non-functional years through this ascension journey, for just being grateful for the simplest things, being able to walk down to the shop, that I have legs, that I can breathe. Not constantly, but you know what I mean, in the shittiest moments, especially. So to just find gratitude that, again, you're serving a role. We need to remember the blessing. Like once you have healed everything, and you can really quantum merge with this now, it all lifts, okay? And everything you can look back and see the big picture, and that is what heals all. And then everything, you can see it as a blessing, okay? But until then, it's suffering, until we're basically fully aligned with our true eternal self. But you need to align with that consciousness. And nobody can do that for you. Everybody still needs to do this for themselves, especially the forerunners. But as we do this and complete this, as the cosmic monad, it just goes out through the 100 monkey effect. There are the monkeys again. So anyway. So let's have fun with this, okay? Because I can feel it, it's in the field. That's also like the divine masculine, feminine coming back together, the original twin flames, divine counterparts. It's this childlike, the child coming back out. Again, the Christ child is coming out to play. You can only enter the gates of heaven by being a child, or in your childlike self, which is the child lives from the heart. And you're no longer afraid of abandonment and rejection because it's ultimately an illusion. That's you just not in full alignment with your true self. And then you just no longer take anything personal. Oh yeah, what I meant to say about this. So whenever we have strong differences in consciousness, in frequency, so for example, with other family members, might be our own children, and that often happens. You need time to adjust. Like for example, with my daughter, it's always super intense. We just clear and anchor so much energy. It's often like, that's kind of most of what goes on. It's just intense, and she can feel it too. And I could see after all the time we were spending, it's like, she needed a break, and it just, the way everything planned out anyway. So, but it's in any cases, whenever there is again a huge difference in frequency, you need time to adjust. Or, for example, living with other people who are totally different consciousness and frequency of you. Really, when you're at our level, it's really hard. You can't do it anymore because you only do it when you're really unconscious. And that's usually what creates discord, And this is also why you really meet your soul family as you come together through frequency resonance. It's no discrimination. It's just really frequency resonance that draws us together. And that only happens if you're really in alignment with your true self. This then automatically leads you back to your true self. As you align with your true self, with your soul family, with your true soul family and true beloved. And yeah, it's the same. And again, until then, when we are in our false self, we will be attracted to people who are also in their false self, but then we're also helping one another with these karmic relationships, so far to help resolve all of these traumas and wounds, because that's how they get triggered. One more thing on triggering: the deeper the connection is, the deeper the intimacy, the bigger the trigger. It's the same as you can be fine, when you're not in a relationship, things can just be fine. You get on with your co-workers, I don't know, friends, family, maybe there are different degrees there, but generally, okay. But then if you're in a very intimate relationship where someone just gets to know you really well, you know, again, a deep level of intimacy, this triggers a lot of stuff. So this also happens between the twin flames. And that's again where the frequency comes in. Because what they're constantly really doing is aligning frequency. And the energies and the level of love they feel for one another can just sometimes be so intense that I do need to take breaks. Or, for example, for some of them to come together in the physical, it's just their templates are just so highly coded that it's literally the supernova event that's going to happen one way, shape, form, or another as they fully come together in hierogamic physical union. Because that's just what the templates are made for. And because they carry the core blueprint of the original source codes that have basically been stolen. And what is even like the hijacking of DNA about? It's hijacking of consciousness. It's hijacking of truths. It's taking truths and twisting them a little bit around here and there. And we allow our own truths to be twisted by other people's influences. That's how it ultimately happens. And then further hijacking happens in all kinds of ways and shapes and forms. But again, all of this is really all about frequency alignment. Within the collective, within the polarity, so whenever we come together with a polarized energy, there is an alignment that wants to happen. So we want to agree to some level on something. And sometimes it's just so off that it can't. And it just needs to kind of, it's going to be rejected from our auric field, literally, at this point. Certain things, places, because it just will not be in alignment. In people, especially. So, because again, it's all about frequency alignment. That's how we find our soul tribe. It's all about you being in your own true soul frequency resonance with your true self. That gets you there. That's really the key to everything. That aligns you with your own unique divine blueprint. Seriously. It's ultimately very easy. But we've complicated this a lot. As well as we do need to talk about it a lot and repeat certain things a lot because it's constantly reprogramming you. Because it's taken us a while again to get here, to get this far, with the constant bombardment of all of this inverted, polarized teachings and information that we're being constantly fed. So that's why it's also so important to really just listen or look at information that really is of resonance with what you want to create, especially right now. Really, like we walk by faith, not by sight. You need to override. It's not what you see right now. This is the past. What are you creating now? It's here now. We need to ignite it together. Every little helps. So help along if you want to and believe in this. So I'm going to post the details again tomorrow or today on the 10th about the call on the 13th, okay, which is also part of the Ascension Express container. Again, Ascension Express container members, you just look at the website, the posts, and you should get a notification in your email when I post something for the container. So the replay details are there for the last call, and then also will be posted usually a few hours or the day before, you know, the call goes live. Usually, I don't know, a few hours before on the day. So, you know, you don't need to, like, is it going to be there? It's like all of the calls and activations are part of the Ascension Express container, and I post them, you know, the call and details on the day of the call, usually. All right. So you're not missing out on anything. Don't worry. So, again, amazing workplay. What we have achieved is massive. It's a massive build-up of energies. It's going to pop any moment now. We have won the war over our own minds. Again, throw the banana, shoot the monkey. Gain mastery over your mind, over the dream. Transcend any remaining fears. They're being fully dissolved and just know them for what they are. They're literally false evidence appearing real, really. So I'm sure I've missed on something. Just remember, you're looking at a false matrix simulation, and it's fully dissolving all of the artificial overlays, okay? Literally through the sea of pure, true divine love, the unity field is being fully lit. Every cell is being flooded with pure, true divine love, okay? It's shifting everything. But you need to keep, again, imagination is your superpower, your biggest, most important superpower of them all. Beyond levitation and teleportation, seriously. It's what creates reality. We have to dig really deep to get all the way out of here, all the way home, although we're not going anywhere as such, because again, we're projecting it out from within. But this is us fully walking all the way back home via the stairway of heaven, which is literally the crystal cathedral network, the crystal cathedral rising, the body of God rising within us. And it's the God, Jesus, okay, I need to stop talking now. The heart, mind, and body of God fully igniting, okay? All for us fully aligning with that eternal consciousness. So let us keep speaking, thinking, feeling, taking actions fully aligned with our biggest dreams fulfilled. True divine right action happens as you're fully aligned with your true self and Godhead, okay? Happening now. Eternal source flows fully returned. The cosmic Christ fully returned. The second coming of the Christ Mass, is here now. Uska Aisha nate kerateru sunateate. Satana. I have spoken is also good. Saying, command, affirmation to put after any manifestations that you decide to speak. So especially the masculine within us all speaks and acts on the divine inspiration and visions that the feminine brings in. But together, they make the magic happen. So we're fully going back into our true divine masculine and feminine embodiments whilst being, in this androgynous blueprint. It's the both ends. And really rediscovering what it means to be a woman, to be a man. But again, it also comes in many different rainbow colors, but there's a core blueprint, okay, that we embody. Whatever of those energies are stronger within our field. So again, Ascension does not come as a quick fix. It happens through a deep shift within the consciousness. Think all new thoughts. You need to think outside the box. Look at your reality symbolically and patterns. Try to see patterns in things. Try to read your reality and really listen. And you need to really become attuned to your extrasensory perception gifts, of your magical gifts, and use them. That's how we become more powerful. If you don't use them, you lose them in a way, really. So fully reclaim all of your power right now. Fully merge with your multidimensional selves, all aspects, all of your incarnations, fully merged as one. And there's nothing that you're losing, but you need to fully detach from any attachments to any people, places, things right now. It's all a projection. It's all transient. Nothing is forever. Nothing. Okay? Like eternal is what our consciousness is, and then constantly projects itself into new life forms. That's the eternal. And yes, your light body has a lot to do with this. But you need to go beyond the personification, the objectification of reality. You need to fully merge with the cosmic mind. So we're going to focus on that a lot in the multidimensional merging in the core on the 13th. So keep an eye out for that. And again, it's already here and online. Again, this is all already set in the field. So decree also you're being divinely protected by God as you fully align with that consciousness. That's what fully heals and seals your field. But until then, yes, we do have a lot of protection, but also, a lot, again, it's part of the distortions in your own consciousness that we even fragmented. So heal the fragmentation from within. Every trigger is literally a present because it helps you heal if you want to go there. So the divine feminine has also been pulling back her energy on any people, places, things where she's not feeling reciprocity. She's getting very firm with her, discernment. And again, it's the masculine feminine within us all. It's even funny speaking about masculine and feminine on that level, because all of these energies are mixed and balanced and harmonized within us now. Okay, and that's then also when your counterpart really can move in physically. And I really feel a lot more grounding on that level happening. But it's the both ends, you know, all the way pushing through as well. It's happening from deep within you. So balance everything out as much as you can, especially energetically, as you fully transcend all of your attachments of the physical world, people, places, things. You free yourself from the dream. It's the attachments. It's the energetic thing. As you fully let go, everything that's supposed to come to you will come to you. You're literally holding it up by wanting it in a way. And of course, it's easier said than done. And you just need to feel whatever you're feeling. But you get me. You keep coming back to that neutral observer perspective. You need to observe a whole lot here. Study, discern. Instead of reacting and whatever, just going with your feelings and thoughts. It's just like a lot of observing. But then once this is cleared, your lens is clear, then you just flow and you don't need to think about what you're going to say and make sure you're going to, you know, say the right thing at all anymore. Once you're fully aligned with your truth and true self, it just flows out of you again. You know, sometimes I'm wondering what I'm even saying here. Again, I really, you know, prepare my field in a sense of like really cleared, you know, for any transmission. But again, it's flowing through me as well as, you know, it's through me. It's not as if like I'm missing here and I'm stepping fully aside. But yeah, I mean, the ego self is basically gone here. Yeah, of course we have self-awareness, but it's a new higher self that's here now. It's no longer the false ego self that was ever just a set of algorithms, mind control programs that was never real to begin with. So remember your true self, who you really are. Let go of all the other nonsense. Okay, see beyond the illusions to dissolve it all. Uska aina de kara. All right, we're done here. So, yeah, the lifelong holiday here, any moment now. The love fest, the cosmic reunion. Let us tangibly fully manifest this right now, okay? As we come together in true divine union within and without. And the future is truly unwritten until you've walked your path and make the action happen. You know, you need to create it. It's not just happening through just wishful thinking. You know what I mean? There's so much involved, but any doing comes from inspired being, like it comes from the beingness. It's no longer the other way around, as in like kind of you need to fix things or make things happen or out of fear. No, it's through inspired action, through the child. It's like, let's do this. Let's do this. Or sometimes, of course, it's like you need to push yourself and, you know, through comfort zones or, you know, whatever is involved. Yeah, you will be tested. And if there would be no challenges, again, it would be no fun. All right? It would be too easy. Now, and we're masters here. But there's also a whole lot of grace and ease coming now. It's the both end. Again, it's a paradox. You need to fully merge all of these paradoxes as part of your multidimensional integration. Okay? It's both. So keep asking to be shown the bigger picture. Okay? Again, your imagination is what creates reality, your deepest self beliefs and expectations. Just free yourself, free your mind. Let it go, drop it into the heart, fully surrender your mind to your heart right now and let the magic happen, okay? And remember, this is not our first rodeo and we have trained for this moment in no time, forever, literally. And that moment is here now. So it's already happening. Keep quantum merging with that, no longer waiting for anything whatsoever, okay? It's here right now. Everything is coming together. We're our full alignment. That's all it is, frequency alignment. And just to finish that, so with the frequency alignment, especially also with the twin flames, sometimes it's so intense that again, you need times also apart again and then together. And it's the same with any people around you, you know, after time we all can do, sometimes with a break. But especially again, if there's so much happening within the fields of the people that's been activated, it's constant activations and clearings within your DNA, within your consciousness. And it can be quite intense. So it can scare, some people away, and often the masculine. That's kind of more what some people would call the runner, but it's not really even the running. It's more like an energetic where the feminine wants to kind of hold on to that and wants to experience that intensity. It's often too intense for the masculine also because they haven't fully integrated their emotional body a lot of the time, which is what happens as they keep making steps, energetically mostly, towards the feminine, again, their own true divine feminine within, of fully merging the mental and emotional body. That's what the masculine and feminine do in the higher and lower self. And the same with the right and the left brain, the heart and the mind, it's all the same in heaven and earth. So it's happening through many different layers and levels within a consciousness. But overall, beyond all of this, anyone trying to figure anything out, it's really all consciousness. Before anything else comes into form, even sound and light things. Okay? So focus on your consciousness, shift your perception of reality to shift reality. It's not by trying to fix it. All you're doing is from inspired action, not because you're trying to make something happen as such. Although, again, sometimes we have to push through to make the magic happen. But you get me, it's no longer from the ego perspective, but from your divine self, from your heart, from this place of creative energy that's inspired by the Holy Spirit and not some ego trying to prove itself or trying to make money and survive in this world, okay? These programs are gone. Think ease and grace now. We have created these blueprints to now be flying this. So let's do it. Let's fly, okay? Seriously, let's do it. So I see you there. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all of your support, everyone. And also just want to say, because there've been a couple of emails at least lately that I really wanted to get back to, and I can't even find them anymore. Just never take it personally if I don't get back to emails. I just sometimes don't have the bandwidth with everything happening and everything that comes in. Yeah, it's just like that, okay? So, yeah. And again, that's also why these calls are nice for, because we can really, also seeing one another and then people speaking up is really so nice. That's how I prefer to talk. Obviously in person, but it's kind of the next best thing. And if you think back, just a few years, us growing up without any mobile phones and so forth, and how much more difficult it was then sending letters to your pen pals and things like this, which is very cute and cool in itself. But you get me, generally, this is, pretty good, what we do have to work with. So, although, again, I see the new crystalline technologies and stuff, you already need to tune into you being together with your councils, collectives. This is also what we multidimensionally activate with these calls. You're already there with all of your higher levels. It's not just you sitting there. And, even if you listen to it later on, quantum, you're already there, because there's only now. And whenever you decide to take part in something, you're adding your energy in that now moment. And there is only now. So keep transcending time, space, gravity, especially time framery, okay? It's happening right now. Don't wait for anything, anyone anymore. Just live your best life ever from one now moment to the next. You don't have to figure anything out. Keep letting the ego mind go that's trying to figure this out or come up with more crazy scenarios, really. And keep dropping into your heart and connect to the God mind. That feels very calm. It's very clear. Okay? That's how you know you're connected to truth. So again, it also doesn't mean that you don't have feelings of anxiety, there as the energies are so intense, but your mind operates from that level. Okay? So be that light anchor, be the calm in the storm, no matter what goes on around you. You are here to be that and to anchor the crystal cathedral, the body of God, through your own embodiment. That's how important you are. That's the responsibility you carry. So make yourself proud, fulfill your own hero's journey, and ignite your own light body. Only you can. Believe in yourself. All right? That's the key here. So much love, so many blessings. Bye, bye, bye.